Howdy ho, metal friends of Rauta. Today's band is a German band that for now has been mostly going under the radar. Why? Because of this band has at least 3 albums out per this one. Well, the reason is really simple. Small label and not so much coverage due to promotion and whatnot. Now that Nailed to Obscurity has moved to Nuclear Blast, things are different, and I'm kind of welcome and happy to present to you this album called Black Frost. So Nailed to Obscurity has been there for more than 10 years. It's their 4th album and things have gotten to a new level. As you can see, this digipack release is looking damn fine. Very cool release as such. Kind of atmospheric pictures here. Not to mention the booklet we have obviously inside. So what is this band all about? Nailed to Obscurity is such a name that could be tied to so many different genres. Well, this ain't no easy one to put into any given box or under any given label. It's kind of a black metalish, it's kind of a doom metalish, it's kind of a death metalish, and then it's not exactly anything of those aforementioned. Well, maybe not so much black metalish, maybe that's just like way too weird, but doom death is mostly what this album is all about. Think of early or mid part Catatonia and you have some ideas what this is about, and also maybe some earlier Tiamat, and you're pretty damn close. And then there is something which is not either of these bands. Kind of atmospheric stuff, kind of really heavy in terms of death metal anyway, but also kind of a melancholic, kind of doomish, but not quite. And then you have it. Nailed to Obscurity is kind of a cool example in the terms of being not your everyday copycat whatever band or album, but it's kind of one of those that actually have something on their own going on. Surely these elements of Catatonia and Tiamat are present there, but still Nailed to Obscurity managed to do something which is their own. Now, given that this is kind of a genre mishmash, it's not so easy to get into it and as such enjoy it. Like, hey, why don't you listen to this one? Because it's so much like this and that. But it's worthwhile getting into. I mean, the band has nicely done all the heaviness and nicely those atmospheric parts, which are kind of like blended in together. However, songwriting is not always as simple as that in the terms of how songs actually work in your brain, how they captivate you and take you on the journey. For example, on these albums, sometimes these songs just feel a little bit too lengthy, and the overall length of this album is kind of too much. But that is not the problem as such with the album, because if we actually take a look here on the backside, we notice that 3 of these songs are actually bonus tracks from the original first debut album that is called Abyss. These are kind of re-recordings. So the actual tracks here are not too much, to listen to in one go or whatever. To be honest, I don't know how much weight should be given to these bonus tracks. To me, they are very secondary to the actual new material by the band here, and even though they are not on par with the band's, say, later songwriting, they're after all nice bonus whatsoever. So while this is not your go-to album for early January 2019, it's definitely one of those albums you might at least give your chance, because like I said, it's not one of your copycat albums. It's one of those that are trying so hard to be something new while still having elements of yesteryears. So kind of an interesting album, even though I still think that with a little bit more work this could have been so much better. Now production and growling vocals and all that, they are really nice there, so it's not so much about how the album is finished rather than actual details in the songwriting department. So with this information regarding Doom, Death, Hybrid and then some, go check out your Nail to Obscurity, and with the music you're about to hear, decide for yourself if this is your cup of tea. Album is out since 11th of January, so go get it, go see them live, and hope you enjoy it. Take care and see you soon with more reviews to come. Bye bye.